Hello there guys, and welcome back to Sid Meier's Civilization 5, still playing as England. Slight change to what I was originally planning to do a few videos ago, because Mongolia decided they were going to keep attacking all of the city-states, which I actually found quite annoying. So I decided to leave Sweden alone, because they've only got a couple of little cities. I don't think they're going to be that big of a threat to me anyway, and I've decided to go for Mongolia. So in the last video we were dealing with quite a few of their ships that they have around. There's quite a few up here near Hamburg. We're going to try and liberate as many of these city-states as we can. We've also got Ormus to deal with here, and we've got a chain of them over here as well. We've got Byblos, and we've also got Ragusa, which we could take back. So we're going to do as best we can to try and liberate some of these city-states. Let's see what we can do. That was quite a poor show on my part there. I actually left that that ship a little bit too close to Hamburg. Hopefully we survive that and I can get away. Okay, so that wasn't my best work there. I don't usually place things in range of cities. That was some bad work there. But let us see what we can do when all of this stuff finishes. No, it's just all the city-states making their moves. There isn't even that many of them. Why is it taking so long? Okay. Unit promotions. You have had a promotion. You're also within range of the city, which isn't a particularly great place to be right now. So what we're going to do, we are going to give you combat strength against naval units. You took a really big bashing there, so I think what I'm actually going to do is give you an insta-heal. I'd like to give you a promotion, but I don't want to lose you, so I'm going to move you here. You're now out of the range of Hamburg, but you can still take out that privateer, so that is exactly what you are going to do. Now, how much movement do I have from one of you guys? Not quite enough. I was hoping that maybe we could go over there and take out that... yeah, we're just slightly short. What I'd really love to do, actually, is take out that privateer there, which I could do. Of course, I'm still at risk of being hit from Hamburg. Now, we don't have the range on this one, but it does have a bit of promotion. And they've also got a ship parked in Hamburg, so I must remember that as well. Don't really want to lose any of these ships, so I have to be careful. So I think what we are going to do is we are going to bombard as many of their other ships as we can. I'm not actually all that bothered about taking Hamburg. I'm just trying to thin out their navy here, but I do have to be careful. If I leave this ship here, there's a very real chance that it will get hit by Hamburg, and that could technically be enough to destroy it, which I don't want to happen. So I am going to pull back slightly there. Might have another ship that I can send up in support, but that is something I will have to keep my eye on. This ship is just being used to bombard their land units over here, because if nothing else, it is going to give me extra XP, and hopefully we'll get some level ups here. Could, of course, take these ironclads up there, which may not be a terrible idea. You can actually get quite close in a single turn, so we are going to do that. This one's not fully repaired, so I'm going to leave that one for now. And you can just go on to alert. We'll actually just do nothing for the rest of this turn. Production at London. What can we build here? Do we have any wonders that we need to build? Not really, so it's not really worth rushing anything. But we can now build submarines. Let's get a few of those on the go. And we've got our ships over here that are dealing with Byblos. Now, these are the ones that have the 3 attack range, which means we can stay out of the reach of Byblos. Now, if this ship takes another hit, it is going to get itself destroyed. So we're going to come back down here to Graz and hopefully heal up. This one doesn't have the 3 range, unfortunately, which is why it took that that bashing there. We're definitely going to take you out, because you're rather annoying. This ship, does this ship have the range of extra range? Yes, it does. So we could sit and ping away at this city, actually. And that is something that we may well do. Well, there's that turnover. Let's go on to the next one and see what happens. I'm going to keep my eye up here because I'm very interested to see what happens with their ships. Of course, frigates against ships of the line. So you know, we do have to be careful here. There is a potential for losing a ship, even though we don't want that to happen. But we'll see what we can do. We've certainly still got the advantage. We've got plenty of resources. Okay, so we have unit promotion first of all on you, which is very good. We are going to give you extra damage against naval vessels, and we'd very much like to take out that frigate. Now, we can move on to this hex here. We are out of the range of everything apart from this ship, so we are going to ranged attack and do a fair bit of damage to you. We're out of the range of Ormus, which is the most important thing here. Production at Barcelona. Barcelona has finished a harbour, and I think what we are going to go for here is... what are we outputting? It's not a particularly brilliant city. We might as well go for the lighthouse. Nottingham has finished its market. Let us go for... science is good here. Money is good here. Don't think we've got anything sciencey we could build right now. Let us go for a workshop and increase the production at Nottingham. That could be useful. This ironclad has now fully leveled up. We could try and take that one out, but I think I want my ironclads up here to deal with what's going on up around Hamburg. You are going to move up to... oh, right, of course, you'd be moving past an enemy unit, which would use all of your movement, which isn't particularly great, and that means Hamburg can fire at us, but I don't think Hamburg can destroy us in a single hit. Certainly, I think we have more hit points on... 100 hit points on a ship of the line. It's not telling me how many hit points the ironclads have. How many hit points does an ironclad have? Anyone? Doesn't tell me. I think the ironclad has more. So I'm just going to go in and take that with the ironclad. It does put me in a bit of a position here, of course, because it now means that the ironclad is within range of Hamburg. But, there we go. Oh, it still has 100 hit points, but I think it'll take less damage. It's got better armour. And Hamburg is blockaded, which is quite nice. So what we'd like to do is finish this ship off, which is getting a little tricky. Because I really don't want to put myself in a position where I'm going to get destroyed by Hamburg, but that may be unavoidable. The other ironclad's out of moves, which is a shame, because I could have moved up there and just put it in a bit of an awkward position. Of course, I can move this frigate, this ship of the line further north now, because that enemy unit has now gone. So if I put you here, you're out of the range of Hamburg. Admittedly, they do have a few ships around, but you are out of the range of Hamburg. We can fire at you, which means that you're gone. That's one less boat to have to worry about. And we can take you around to here. Now, you're not fully healed either, unfortunately. Got to be careful, of course, because there's their capital. But we're already cutting our way through to it. So we can start attacking this ship up here. So, very good so far. They're really running short of navy. Graz has finished another ship of the line. I think what we're going to go for here is a stock exchange, because it is putting out quite a bit of money. This ship of the line, I think we will just go up here and attack Byblos, because obviously this one's taken some damage. We can just use this one and keep swapping it in and out with the damaged one. So let us do that. These ships haven't taken their shots yet, so let us do that. And that should be enough to take it down to capturable levels. Yep, so let's go and take it with our privateer. And Byblos will be captured. Now, what you can see here is we have an extra option of liberating the city. This city was formerly owned by Byblos. You have the opportunity to return it to them, for which they would be grateful. You will receive a major liberation bonus that erases previous warmonger penalties. Now, when it says previous warmonger penalties, that's the warmonger penalty I got for just capturing this city. So I'm going to liberate it. And this city now becomes Byblos. Byblos are now automatically my ally. And they automatically, of course, go to war with all of the people I am at war with. Now, there's a very good reason for liberating city-states, particularly if you are playing for a diplomatic victory. And that is that when you get the World Congress to a certain point, every city-state which you are allied with counts as a vote in your favour. So you really want to stay allied with city-states. However, if you actually manage to liberate a captured city-state, they will always vote for you, even if you're no longer allies with them, even if you are at war with them. If you liberated them, they will still vote for you. The only thing that stops that is if they get captured by somebody else and somebody else liberates them. So whoever liberated them last, they will always vote for that civilization. So it is a useful thing to know. Vienna has finished its monument, so let's go for a lighthouse here as well. Now, one thing that I am unsure of, because it's something that I've never been able to test out in a game. When a city-state gets captured, obviously, like Byblos there, because city-states only have a single city, when Byblos gets captured, that's it. It's out of the game. Byblos is gone. But then you liberate it, and Byblos is back. I've always wondered how that works with actual civs, as in, if you take a civ's last city, for example, we took what was the Edinburgh. We took Edinburgh from the Celts. Now, if someone was to come along and capture Edinburgh and liberate it, A, would they have the option to liberate it, and B, would that put the Celts back in the game? Never actually tried it out, but I'd be interested to know if any of you have tried it. If any of you do know if that works, you know, let me know. I'd be interested to hear. So we're going to try and take out this this caravel, because it is a bit weedy, and it puts us in a position to start to try and take out Beshbalik later on. So let's go on to the next turn. Obviously, I expected lots of stuff to go on here. That ironclad's not in a great position because it's being shot at by the city and it's being shot at by the garrison boat, which is a bit of a pain. Oh yes, we're being attacked by their ship, which was kind of expected. But I think all in all, it's still looking quite good there. Now, we're a little bit short of cash. Well, we're not short of cash, but we don't have much money per turn coming in. And the main problem with that is that most of my cargo ships were actually trading with the Mongolians, so that didn't help too much. So, what are we going to do with this ironclad here? Well, I don't think I'm going to go for... How far can he move? He can get away from there. I'm not going to go for the instant promotion. I'd much rather use him as an attack vessel. So what I'm going to do is pull him out to safety, and he'll just heal up naturally. And we are going to then do what we can to try and take out these other ships that are causing us some problems. Now, like I said, I'm not sure if I directly want to attack Hamburg, but I'm going to leave these guys here for a turn, just to give me that option later on. You've also got a promotion. What could we give to you? Logistics, that's very nice. 1 additional attack per turn. That could be very useful. More useful than the range, I feel. I'd like both. So what do? Do I go for the range or do I go for the logistics? I think the range, because although having 2 attacks can be nice, being able to outdistance something is better. Next time I get a promotion option for this one, assuming that I do, that is definitely something that I will look at taking. I don't want to lose this ship, of course, so I do need to bring it somewhere safe and try and heal up. I can do that over here quite nicely. So let's get you healed up to full. Assign delegates. Austria want to ban spices, and I want to repeal the ban on pearls. Well, let's try and stop the spices going through. The pearls are already banned, so it's not like it's going to make much of a difference. So let us see what happens. I'm not too bothered either way at this point in the game. Let us move you out of... I think you actually can heal up there, actually. Because you are technically in... See, to heal boats, you have to be in friendly territory. And it technically is in friendly territory. So I think we're actually okay there. we now have the option to do the same thing to Ragusa, which we do. But before we do, we are going to sink their land units, which they are trying to move around, because we're not having any of that. We'll put you here. That leaves you out of the attack range of Ragusa. And you can continue to fire. And we'll get some more ships of the line up there shortly. Right, that caravel is starting to move around, so... Right, this... oh yeah, of course, this ship actually has supply, which means it can actually heal outside of friendly territory. So they can actually heal in friendly territory, which means they can heal in your own borders. If you're allied with someone, they can heal in those borders. And if you are friendly or allied with a city-state, you can heal in their borders as well. All good stuff. Okay, you are at full health. You can come over here. Now, let's bear in mind that this ship currently does not have the extra range, which means it will take some damage from Ragusa. But that's fine, because we can pull it out and swap it later on. So we're actually putting quite a lot of pressure at the moment on the Mongolians. You're going to heal up, because you just generally need to. You are going to continue to fire at that frigate. I'm sure we can take it out before he manages to get us. And let's go on to the next turn and see what they do. You should have some submarines very soon. He wants to make peace with us. I have absolutely no interest in doing that. I want you gone. Obviously, he's wanting to declare peace, so he feels that the pressure is on. And it truly is. Maria is upset that I liberated and became friendly with a city-state. Get over it. If you want to go to war again with me, by all means, do it. I'm just, yeah, bring it on. If anybody wants to go to war with me at this point, I'm up for the challenge. Put it that way. So, we shall continue. Almost can't do a lot here, actually. It's still in rebellion. What are we going to do? Zurich desires trade route. Okay, lots of stuff have happened here. Okay, so the repeal luxury for pearls has actually passed and is no longer effective. Thank you, Incans, for supporting that. Not enough votes to get spices through. Now, unfortunately, Scarlet was killed by an Austrian counter-spy. Oh dear, that's a shame. She's one of my most highly trained spies. They're not that important to us right now. We have gained some experience. We are going to give you... Let's give you strength against naval units, because they're what we are most likely to encounter here. We're going to continue to fire on Ragusa. You can afford to take one extra hit, so we'll use you to fire on Ragusa as well, instead of swapping you straight out. We do have another ship promotion, which is you. Again, we'll go for attacks on naval units. My turn to propose something. I don't really know if there's anything that I do want to propose, to be honest. Doesn't make a lot of difference to me one way or another. So let's just repeal the ban on truffles, because... you know, I do use truffles. York has finished its stock exchange, which is great. Let us go. We don't have a lot of production here, which is our big problem. It's very good for science and gold, though. So let's go for a public school. Unit needs orders. Right, where has their boat gone? Because you know what? I know I did not destroy it. They had a caravel. It's got to be around somewhere. Couldn't have got that far. Actually, I can't see it at all. So I don't know where they've taken that. Well, I do have a extra range, so let us just sit here and ping away at Beshbalik, because it's fun, and they can do nothing about it. Unit needs orders. Ironclad, what are we going to do with you? Not an awful lot to do with you at this moment in time, so I think I'll move you up here just so we can use you to try and stop anything that might decide it's going to come out of Karakoram. And we'll put you on to guard. Now, I would like to actually get these ships healed up, because they don't really have the range to deal with Hamburg. I'm half considering giving Hamburg back to Germany at this point, if I can get it. Got to be careful with you as well, because you're quite low on health, but you can both get into friendly territory and heal up. So we'll definitely be doing that. You need to take out this ship more than anything else. And that was successful. They do have another one actually garrisoned in Ormus, so we do have to be careful there. Still got time for another turn or two. Being attacked by Ragusa, which I fully expected to happen. Yeah, I'm not going to spy on you anymore because I don't need to. She's still managing to build wonders. Absolutely amazing. At some point, of course, I may wipe them out anyway. We should be doing quite well in science. We don't really have a lot of wonders we can build, which is why I'm kind of sitting on that great engineer and waiting for a wonder that I can actually use for it. So, what have we got here? Now, this is one of our units with the +1 range. So, I could give it the +3 bombardment against... I could give bombardment 3 or targeting 3. Let's give it the targeting 3. Then next time it gets promoted, we should have the option for logistics. We're getting some very, very promoted ships here. You've taken a bit of a bashing. I'm not confident that you're going to be able to survive another hit. So I'm going to bring you down here into Byblos so that you can heal up. You are healing. You're not quite healed, but... What do you have a range of? You only have a range of 2, so you couldn't hit it on this turn even if you wanted to, but I'm going to bring you over here into Byblos to heal up here. Because, yeah, I can get close enough to fire, but I won't be able to fire on this turn, so it seems a little silly in doing that. So we're going to use both of these ships to do some more damage to Ragusa. Edinburgh has finished its submarine. That is wonderful to hear. Build another submarine. Okay. Choose production. Vienna has completed its lighthouse. What do we have? Science and gold. Difficult one. There isn't really anything that I particularly need here. So I think what I'm actually going to do is just get Vienna to produce extra science. Let's try and get ourselves a little bit further ahead on the science ladder. Now, I can actually reach Ragusa in a single turn, so you might as well stay there until I need you. So let me put you on alert. You are just finishing your heal up. You are just going to continue to fire on Beshbalik, because why not? And we have a submarine. Now, submarines are very useful because they have a couple of special things they can do. I mean, look, it actually has a load of promotions. So, what have we got? We can't even see what this promotion is because it's hidden behind the behind all of the thing. So it can enter ice tiles. It can actually pass underneath these tiles here. So it's a very good way of getting to places that other units can't. It can see other submarines because submarines are actually invisible. Obviously, they can be seen if they surface to fire on something, but submarines are normally invisible but can be seen by other submarines. It gets a bonus when attacking, so it does better at attacking than it does against defending. Patriotic War, obviously, is one of our other bonuses. And then it's got the movement bonuses as well. Strength in friendly territory, combat strength adjacent to a friendly unit, so it's already got a hell of a lot of upgrades. Where are we going to take it? What are we going to do with it? Let us get it towards our front lines. It's going to take it 5 turns to get there, sadly, because it does have to go all the way around, but submarines are very, very nice. We are building some at London, of course, so that is going to help out. So what I'm going to do with this ship is move it down to here. It's still out of the range of Ormus. They are... No, I think they're actually trying to move that frigate out. So I'm going to continue to fire at your land units because we're almost due for another promotion. In fact, we should actually get one on the next turn. And we are going to do the next turn. That will be the final one for this video. They are moving ships in here, and I think he's about to fire. No, he has not. Austria's pissed. That's fine by me. Austria has adopted the freedom ideology. City-states doing their thing. Moving lots of units around. Barbarians doing their thing. Okay, deals with the Incans have ended, but that was part of the peace deal. Austria has adopted... You see, now I actually have dissidents who do not particularly like my my ideology, because Austria has freedom and their people like that. Austria has a lot of culture. Austria has more culture than me, and that's where the problem comes in. So it's not the end of the world. I'm still happy. I can still deal with it. As long as it doesn't cause me too much unhappiness, we will be fine. So I'm not worried about that too much. Barcelona has finished its lighthouse. Do I have anything that actually produces extra culture? We'll go for the amphitheatre. Let's try and get some extra culture going where we can. London has finished its submarine. Let us go for a hotel, because that will vastly improve our culture. We have a submarine here, and we are going to bring that in towards the fight as well. Be able to get there in a couple of turns. So we have some promotions. You are promoted. We are going to give you more damage against naval units. We're also going to use you to attack this frigate. Do some considerable damage to it. We also have a promotion to you, so we're going to give you more targeting against naval, and you're going to continue just pounding on Beshbalik. I actually might give that up and move this somewhere more useful, actually, because we're not going to be able to take it down at the rate we are dealing damage to it, and we do have bigger fish to fry. So while we're frying bigger fish, let us continue to attack Ragusa. And again. Not quite finished it off. This hasn't quite healed up, but let us remember one thing, that if we capture this, it's not going to be able to fire at us. So one final hit from this frigate, which gets it down to practically nothing. This privateer can move in to Ragusa and take it. And then we liberate it just like we did before. Brilliant. Now we have Ragusa on our side. We can keep these ships here to sort of repair up. And then we can move these other ships down and use them to aid at Ormus. I think we definitely need to get rid of Ormus because it's so close to our own borders. And we can liberate that. And then I think what I might try and do is possibly liberate Hamburg and then go after Karakorum in that order. These units have started to heal up. You don't have the range, unfortunately. I don't want to risk you too much on Hamburg. I'd prefer to put lots of units close to Hamburg at the same time, although I could do this potentially and keep the pressure on. So let's actually see if we can do any decent damage to Hamburg. Of course, it is blockaded at the moment. It's also not a terribly big city, so it doesn't have an awful lot of defense. We can also use ironclads. They are a melee ship, so they can attack cities. And that's it. That is pretty much all I can do for this turn and for this video. So guys, thanks again for watching. I really hope you are still enjoying this series. I definitely need to make more use of this ship of the line by getting it round onto that side of the map. So let's start that off so I don't forget. And I'll see you guys next time. So until then, goodbye for now.